Hello. Hello. Oh. Hello. How's everybody doing? Cheers. I'm back. And I'm going to start with some hand history review. Um, I'll preface this by saying what I said last time. I think everything is very read dependent. So I don't know anything about these players or these opponents or these games. So take everything with a grain of salt, as we like to say. It's poker. There's as much as some people like to say there's a right and wrong answer to everything. Everything's open to interpretation. So let's take a look. I gotta figure out how this works again. A limper, raise to 200. Raise to 570. Raise to 1900. Put in a third of the stack effectively. A little less than a third. Call. Check. Bet. 70-ish% a pot, maybe less, something like that. No, yeah, 70 go. So not much left to play here. Check, all in effectively. And to fold. Do we know what? So yeah, King 3 suited went a little crazy there. Calling the 3, or wait, 4 betting pre-flop. Not the hand I would choose, but not the worst option. And yeah, I mean, bad turn card for jacks. But I would probably just stick it in on the flop. That's pretty nice, especially with the backdoor hard draw. Yeah, I'd probably stick it in with jacks. Probably wouldn't 4-bet King 3, but I think once the turn hits, the King 3 is going to keep bluffing. So yeah, interesting hand. Let's take a look at the next one. How do I do the next? Here we go. All right. Raise and a call. 0x speed. 3-bet. Oh no, I messed it up. Yeah. Okay, so raise, call. 3-bet here. Cold call. Call, call. Big pot already. So 3-betters got barely pot to play. First cold call, or oh no, that was the guy that called the raise. Wow, wow. Okay, that all that money went in real fast. Yeah, I mean, with the jacks, I probably just let's take a look again. How do we? What were the stack sizes? Yeah, I think the jacks should probably just put in a re-raise and not cold call. There's a lot of money out there already. I think you can even just jam, but that's probably too big. Um, yeah, you can probably just jam jacks, but any re-raise size would be better than cold calling, I think. And then, I mean, the 6-4 should fold. The ace-8, yeah, the ace-8 can probably call. 6-4 should fold. And then the 10s jamming, sure. Did the jacks have a club? I think if the jacks don't have a club, you gotta fold. And then obviously the two people with the flush shouldn't fold. Yeah, the jacks had a club. Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing that should have changed there would be the jacks. Jacks should just either stick it in, go all in, or make a raise again. Not playing that deep stacked and plenty of money out there already. So raise and call. 3-bet, very deep stacked game. I like the squeeze size. Bigger is better. This stack depth. So bet and another call. And we got pot to play here. What will the squeezer do? All in. Very big pot. And a call. That's a big call. Especially with clubs. You're blocking some of the potential bluffs. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, not really, because ace deuce makes a straight. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe ace king, maybe not the best hand to 3-bet or bluff there, especially if you're just getting called down by bottom pair. I mean, this when you're this deep stacked, I think this is all very read dependent. I'm not sure whose perspective. Let's see if I can figure out. Is there a way for me to see who submitted this? I don't know. I don't know how this works. I saw this and yeah, I don't know. Crazy call down. Say that much. I don't think we've seen this hand. Raise, call, call. Let's try to speed it up. 3-bet, call, call. Third pot, c-bet. Both players call. Yeah, I think ace jack should probably just give up. You win a showdown sometimes. I mean, it's not impossible. 5-4, probably. I don't know if I like call. I think I'd rather raise than call or fold. I mean, you're only beating bluffs, and you got the 3-better behind you. It's kind of risky. And then ace queen played fine, I guess. I mean, it's just hard to say because I don't know any of these players. You know, I'm a live pro and I play against the same people all the time. So Most of my poker is very read dependent. Small blind raising and the straddle 3-betting. Pot size bet, call. Check, check on the turn. On the scary ace. Boom. Instant raise all in. And default. Kings. Yeah, I mean, the 8-6 seems okay. Especially if you think your opponent's capable of making thin value bets. You know, you block a set, you block 2 pairs of various kinds that might be possible. You know, you never know. Sometimes you're just up against an opponent that never 3-bets pre-flop with a hand that makes 2 pair on this board. But if you are up against someone like that, you know, you block straights, or you block 1 straight at least, and you block some 2 pairs and a set. And the kings, yeah, I mean, that's just a fine value bet, I think, on the river. And then it's up to you to make that decision, like, you know, to know about your opponent, if you know anything, and try to figure out, can I call here without an ace? And yeah, there's not much more to it than that, I think. It's just knowing your opponent, making a read. You know, I'm just an old 42-year-old live pro. I don't have the kind of detailed advice someone younger than me might have. Let's see the next one. I always forget what button. Whoop, I messed it up. I've seen this hand. How do I? Okay, we saw this one. Sorry guys, I'm not used to figuring this out. I seem to only be able to look at these 2 hands. Oh, there we go. I think I figured it out. Okay. Okay, this hand, I don't think we've seen. No. So we got someone posting for 20 under the gun, raised to 60, and then a raise to 140. While we're doing this, one thing I should mention is, like, I'm also very not used to playing in games with 3 blinds, so another reason to take my advice with a grain of salt. You know, I've played in some live cash games, mostly a very long time ago, with straddles or 3 blinds. But you don't have that in tournaments, which is my main game. I play very, very, very few cash games these days. I just really prefer to play tournaments. In the tournaments, we just got a small blind, big blind, and big blind ante. So quite a different game. So we had a raise, re-raise, re-raise pre, and then a c-bet and a call. Then we got 2x pot to play, less than 2x pot. Another bet, another call. And an all-in. Turn the tank. And default. Both had ace-king. I mean, I can see the ace-king that won the pot going down with the ship for sure. And the ace-king that lost the pot, I probably don't play it any differently. I think it's just unfortunate you were up against the other ace-king with a heart. It gets a fine played hand by both people. Very narrow ranges in that spot should be. The only one thing I could say I would maybe do differently would be pre-flop. The ace-king that lost the hand, I think the sizing was too small. I think you definitely want to put more money in. But yeah, that's about it. Not much to say on that one. Yeah, the only thing I would change would be bigger re-raise size from the guy that lost the pot. We got a limp and a raise. Call. Call. 3 ways. Very deep stacks. And bet, call, call. 3 ways to the turn. Two ways to the river. Well, 140% pot to play, something like that. And all in. And the fold. Wow, king 7. That is a bold play. I don't recommend that. I think they should just fold the flop, I think. I think it was pretty normal bet size on the flop. Let's see if we can speed through that. How we go faster? Oh, we can just hit the flop button. So 4,300 in the pot. Yeah, I mean half pot, and you got a guy behind you. I mean king 7 plus backdoor flush draw. It's pretty good, but not in a 3-way pot with someone still left to act. But yeah, then once you get to here, sure, go ahead, bluff the king 7. And you might as well just bet it all. I mean, you do block like a weirdly played 7-6 that makes it straight on the river. Then yeah, also 6-3 would have made the second nuts, but I think turn you just gotta fold. fine to call the flop with the gut shot, I think, but I don't think you can see that river with that hand. And then, yeah, I mean, pocket tens, tough spot. It's one of those things where, you know, you just got to know your opponent. Is this guy capable of showing up here with king seven? If he is, I think you got to call sometimes. You can't always fold tens here. I don't think you should always call tens, but I think at a minimum you need to be making some big calls like that. And it comes down to knowing your opponent. And this opponent definitely capable of some big bluffs, as we can see. We got a call, button raise, small blind call, straddle calls, number calls. Four ways. I'm gonna half pot call. So we got a lot of action on the river. How did that happen on the? Did it go check on the turn? That happened really quickly, I thought. Check bet call very quickly. And then check jam river. Yeah, I mean, I think 10-8 bluffing there is okay. I'd probably like to have maybe 8-6 is better. But it's not bad. I mean, 10-8's a fine bluff. And I think ace-7 suited, I think too thin of a value bet on the river. I think too much money's gone in at this point. You're just happy to see a showdown at that point. And then once you do bet and get jammed on, it's just a case, like I always say, of knowing your opponent, or at least trying to make an educated guess about your opponent, which is hard to do if you're playing online poker and have no idea who you're playing against. I mean, sometimes you're up against the person you play against regularly, so you might have a bit of an idea, but it's difficult in these games. But yeah, I think too thin value bet on the river. I think you're happy to just see a showdown once that much money's going in. Button limp. And a 3-bet out of the small blind. Straddle, or 3-bet out of the big blind, straddle calls, bet call, bet call. And bet raise. Straddle puts in half the stack. All in. Fold. Everybody's going crazy there. Okay. I mean, the ace-6 off raising pre-flop, sure, sometimes is okay. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it on the flop, turn or river. The a6, and then the pocket fives probably. When was it? Three-way. The limper did see the flop. Oh no, the limper didn't. Okay, so I think fives, sure. Half pot on the flop, go ahead and call. And then on the turn, was it half pot again? I believe so. Yeah, I think at this point, five should just fold. There's not really any other good outcome other than a five coming. Um, and then, yeah, okay, I can get behind raising every once in a while there. I mean, you definitely don't want to raise every time you have pocket fives here. It's kind of a disaster. It should be a very, very low frequency play, I guess. Uh, it's just a shame you ran into a guy with more heart than you, because this guy made a big heart play. The a6. Fun hand. We got a call, a raise, a call, and a call. So three ways here. Okay, money's going in too fast here. I gotta check this from an earlier street. So it looks like we had a big call down there. So 6-4. Checks the flop. We got a bet and a call. And turn goes all in and call, right? Okay, so I was right. Yeah, I don't like this bluff with the ace-10. I think on the turn, ace-10 should just check. I mean, you're gonna win sometimes. Showdown if it just checks down. I think you want to be bluffing with significantly worse hands than ace-10. Especially on the river, you want something with a heart, maybe like king of hearts, 10 of clubs or something. Or 10-7 even, no hearts. Um, and then 6-4, sure, go ahead. Definitely want to call the turn. And then on the river, I mean, that's a big call. I don't hate it, especially like I always say, if you got a bit of a read on your opponent. But I don't think that's a call you want to get in the habit of making too often. But it's not the end of the world if you call sometimes there, especially when you're right. But yeah, I think ace-10 doesn't want to be betting the turn. That's not a great bluff candidate, I feel. I got this Andy fella who had the ace-6 off in that earlier hand. Woo. Let's see what they had. Oh, top set. Wow, big fold with the 10-9. Let's see that again. Did kings not re-raise pre-flop? No, kings raised once, and then Andy 3-bet. Did I miss something? I think he just called and then dunked out flopping top set. Oh no, he did 4-bet. Okay. Sorry about that. Then he donks or continuation bets, not donks out. I misread the action. Yeah, I mean, that's just an unfortunate river for Andy. But making a good read that my opponent probably has pocket kings to play it like this. Or at least has pocket kings often enough that you can't call 10-9 here. Yeah, I think this is a fine hand by both. I wouldn't change anything. So a lot of money going in here, early position. Even more money going in. Check, check, turn. Button snap call. Sorry. It was the full house bet, right? Let's. Okay, do I have to press this button first? Sorry, I'm still learning how to use this. Oh, here we go. Did go check bet call river, yeah. Yeah, I think this is a fairly uninteresting hand. I think everybody played okay. I want to see the flop again real quick just to make sure I remember what happened. Yeah, bet. I mean, I think this is perfectly fine by everybody. I mean, you don't always want to call the river here with kings, but if your opponent is competent at all, there should be plenty of hands you beat on this run out. There should be flush draws. Should be some mystery draws with like 6-5. I think this is all right. Sorry, I think we might need to take a break for a second. Let me check. Okay, I think this is the end of hand history review. And we'll be back to play in a few minutes. All right, I think we're gonna get started on playing some poker here in a second. Grab a quick snack. Got a deliciously Ella peanut butter oat bar. Delicious. So, while I wait for the tables to load, seems to be a little bit laggy at the moment. I was out at where's my logo? There it is. Triton Poker. Spent the last 2 weeks, or more than 2 weeks, in Montenegro at Triton. I mean, as I'm sure I've said before on these previous streams, Triton's my favorite. And Montenegro's my favorite Triton stop. We've been to Montenegro 3 times now for Triton events, and it's my favorite place to play poker. It's such a beautiful resort, great food, very comfortable place to play poker, and had a nice trip. Started out quite badly. I was down a very large amount of money. I had 2 mid-cashes going into the final event, the $200,000 US buy-in tournament, but thankfully I got third place in that for over $2 million, so ended up with a nice profit on the trip. And now I'm back home in Ireland. Gonna relax for the summer, not out in Vegas like everybody else. I don't like it there. I definitely discussed this last summer when I played this stream for the first time. It was during the World Series main event. I was out in Japan. I think I'll probably go back to Japan next month. Much happier. Skipping Vegas, just taking vacations in the summer, and then playing lots of poker the rest of the year. So if anybody wants to play, it looks like we're about ready to go. Don't have any opponents yet, but hopefully some of you who are watching want to join the game. Let's play some poker. See my stats there. It looks like I've played 910 hands over my previous 2 sessions and have a nice 169 PV per 100 as a result of the session I played last summer where I ran insanely hot. Could not lose. So we'll see how I do this time. think we're still working out some issues. Looks like we need to reload the table. Just hang on a bit, then we'll get this working properly. Just hang on for a bit. We'll get these technical issues fixed. So I'm playing. I think we're still working out technical difficulties, but I lost my first pot. Excuse me. A full game now. Still trying to work out technical difficulties, but hopefully things will be working soon. the like. I appreciate all the likes.